Let's cross back then to Mpumalanga. Julius Malema is indeed at this point addressing the crowd at the stadium.
Members of the Student Command, Bishop Ral Kolela and all members of the clergy, ambassadors present here with us, members of the media, our African traditional leaders, we respect you for being present. In particular, Nkosi Mlambo. I want to take this opportunity, Nkosi Mlambo, to apologize to you on behalf of the entire leadership of the EFF. I saw the pictures of the leaders of the EFF who came to visit you and gave you a sick cow. We don't work like that in the EFF because that is disrespect to our traditional leaders. And because we are sorry, Nkosi Mlambo, before I leave here, we will bring you 5 fresh kettles as a sign of showing respect and remorse to our traditional leaders. I will speak later about mediocre leadership that you must be aware of in the ranks of the EFF. Members of various political formations, in particular our friends in Liberia and Zimbabwe, members of branches and the ground forces of the EFF, people of Mpumalanga, all progressive forces who have joined us through social media, television, and all different types of broadcasting. Fellow South Africans, allow me to send a special greeting to the chairperson of the EFF in Mpumalanga, the most hard-working chairperson of the EFF in the whole of South Africa. This comrade has dedicated his life to our movement, and you will never doubt him, not even for a second. It doesn't matter how difficult the situation might be, you always find him on the ground. We want to appreciate his love for our movement. I want to greet our special guest, Mrs. Mazibane Mbata, the mother of the Secretary General of the EFF. She's here with us. Every time you see mothers amongst us, you should appreciate them. And all of you who still have mothers and grandmothers, appreciate and cherish every moment you share with them. Comrades, we are happy to be here in Mpumalanga, the province of Pixley Kaisa Kaseme, the province of Gersibande, the province of Ray Piri of Stimela, the province of Jimmy Mutlala, who was killed by these corrupt leaders of the ANC. Comrade, it is in this province that the only secret political trial of former PAC leader Zafania Mutupeng took place. Comrades, we are in Kanyamazane today. We followed those who came before us, who sang a revolutionary song, Kanyamazane Siyaya. We are not just going to Kanyamazane ourselves, we are here. Because Kanyamazane, it's a home of struggle. Lawfelt massacres happened here in the 80s. Our people here confronted the regime and said they are going to fight until the dignity of black people it is restored. It is you, the people of Kanyamazane, who gave hope to all oppressed masses of South Africa that it is possible to fight the regime and defeat the regime. Comrades, we are here in a rotten province of Mpumalanga. not because the people of Mpumalanga are rotten, but because Mpumalanga, it is led by a rotten political party called the ANC. Mpumalanga produced a rotten deputy president called D.D. Mabuza. It is in this province where schools are collapsing. It is in this province where children are still falling in the pit toilets. It is in this province where our people still don't have clinics and they suffer illnesses. Our people in this province, as long as they are not members of the ANC, as long as they are not in the group of DD, they do not get jobs. For our children to work in this province, they must be supporters of DD Mabuza. Comrades, we are in a province where people are killed for tenders and no one get arrested. We are in a province where tenders are given to friends of the politically connected, and when they are exposed, nothing happens. It is in this province where there is no single successful court case against a corrupt politicians. Yet Mpumalanga is the most corrupt province in the whole of South Africa. But I want to thank the people of Mpumalanga, because now the people of Mpumalanga can see the light. That's why they made the EFF an official opposition in Mpumalanga. The people of Mpumalanga have said to the whole of South Africa, we know what the EFF is doing national as an opposition. We want them to come to Mpumalanga and do the same. We are here to say to the people of Nkangala, Karsibande, Botlabela, Nhlanzeni, thank you for voting for the most progressive political party in South Africa. Thank you for voting for the only effective opposition in South Africa. Thank you for voting for a political party without white advisors. Thank you for voting for a political party that is owned by black people only, and no one can claim control and influence over this political party. Colin Sidibe, we are here to thank you, my brother, for having made us proud. When we thank you, we are thanking your collective. The people of Mpumalanga said to us, we want to see what is happening in Johannesburg and Tshwane, because we saw you in Tshwane insourcing workers even in Johannesburg. We saw you increasing salaries of the poorest in Tshwane and Johannesburg. We want that to happen here in Mpumalanga. Therefore, we are going to vote for you. We have seen you, the EFF, building houses for people in Limpopo, in Northwest, in Eastern Cape, in KwaZulu Natal. Yet, you are not government. We want to see you doing the same here in Mpumalanga. That's what the people of Mpumalanga have said to us. They said to us, we are making you an official opposition because you love education. We don't care what they say about you. They can label you. They can say all the nonsense they say about you. But your love for education is what makes you EFF attractive. We love educated people. We are tired of illiterate leaders like D.D. Mabuza, who think you want a tax clearance certificate to be a businessman and to engage in illicit financial flows. We don't want such illiterates. who specializes with smoking. Everything that they come across, they smoke it. Comrades, the people of Mpumalanga Colin have said they want people who expose corruption. They don't want people who sleep with corruption. They don't want people who protect corruption. They are poor as they are because of corruption that is taking place here in Mpumalanga. The people of Kangala, they are still queuing, looking for water. They want water in their homes. They will never get water because the corrupt leaders of the ANC steal everything and smoke everything they see. Now, DD has smoked the money that was supposed to be given to people of Mpumalanga. Comrades, how can you be proud to run a province out of 21 municipalities? You only have one municipality with a clean audit. If you don't know how corruption looks like, go and check the Auditor General report about the municipalities here in Mpumalanga. Only one. The rest are corrupt. The rest are run from DD's farm, and they do not follow the procedure. Those municipalities today do not have a clean audit because they follow illegal instructions. I speak to you now. A municipal manager in Mbombela is resigning because they are refusing to carry illegal instructions of politicians to not to follow the law and the procedures. That's why Mbombela has been having a mayor after the mayor. People are refusing to carry the instruction of Ngrai, of not following the procedure, of not following the law. Ngrai thinks he's untouchable. Ngrai steals everything in this province, particularly in this region. When you speak about Ngrai, they follow you at home at night. Ngrai can talk to Polly van Veek of Mail and Guardian. They can give him my address of Daily Maverick rather. They have my address. Give Ngrai my address if he thinks he follows those who speak up about him. Tell him to visit me. I will reduce him to nothing. He will come back here, not facing the direction of the N4. He will be looking up there because we have no time for criminals. We deal with criminals decisively. Mpumalanga people, let us reclaim Etlhanzeni, let us reclaim Botlhabela, let us reclaim Mbombela from the kitchen of Ngrai, from the kitchen of DD Mabuza. Let's return our departments into the hands of our people. Why do you glorify corruption? Why are you scared of the corrupt? Why are you not taking the corrupt head on? Because many of them are cowards. There's nothing wrong about cadre deployment. There is everything wrong with unprincipled cadre deployment, which is applied here in Mpumalanga. People without qualifications are hired to be senior managers, HODs to be municipal managers, yet they don't have qualifications. The only qualification they have is a membership of the ANC. And even that is not enough. You must still join DD's faction when you are a member of the ANC. Otherwise, you will never work. ANC members are hired alone here in the branch meetings of the ANC. Even simple jobs of EPWP Mpumalanga people are not given jobs. The jobs are given to ANC relatives and members. They even call them from outside Mpumalanga to come and work here. People are staying in the back rooms. Yeah, in Kanyamazan they say, "Siyacela, we want to leave the back rooms." We are asking for RDP houses. When they try to build houses of their own, because the corrupt is not giving them RDP houses, 800 houses demolished in Nomzamo by this municipality, even when people are taking their own efforts. Mines are closing. Racism in the farms is growing daily. The whites of this place are so arrogant and disrespectful of black people. But you must whisper in their ears, we are here now. The EFF is the official opposition in Mpumalanga. People were banned, employees at Kruger National Park. Some died, some got injured. Till today, those people are not given a cent. Where is the government of the banned people? Where is the deputy president? Where is the minister? Where is the MEC? When the people survived fire, yet they've got no one to say to them, sorry. Here is a compensation. We regret what happened. All those who died, all those who burnt in that fire, they are forgotten. They are only going to be remembered on the day of voting. Comrades, 3 mine workers are still trapped in Lily Mine. Their families are still here. The security of mining in South Africa, safety in mining in South Africa is not a priority. Especially in Mpumalanga, as long as politicians are line-upping and getting money, mine can mine even when safety is not a priority, as long as they get their money. Comrades, fellow fighters, we are here 6 years down the line. Why are we here? We are here because some nonsensical thing happened 367 years ago. The Dutch arrived here. The Dutch took our land. The Dutch fought with the Khoi and the San. And when they fought with the Khoi and the San and defeated them and converted them into slaves, they went up the north. Every indigenous person they came across, they conquered and killed our people. That's how the white people established themselves in South Africa as a superior race. That's how, after defeating the Xhosas of Hintsa, after defeating the Zulus of Techayo, the Basotho of Mushweshwe, the Bapedi of Skukuni, they thought they were now powerful. They can control everything, including the air we breathe. We are here today, fighters, not because there is anything special about us. There is nothing special about us. We are continuing with the fight of our ancestors. A fight that started many, many years ago. 367 years ago, we are still fighting the same fight. Our ancestors will never rest in peace for as long as the white men still walk the land and pretend to be the owner of this land. They say they bought the land. We are not fighting. If you bought the land, produce the receipt. Where is the receipt of the bought land? Who sold the land to who? We want our land back. Comrades, 1994, we thought it was a turning point, only to realize it was the beginning of our problem. We are in more trouble now than we were before because the ANC is collaborating with the enemy against its own people. When they went into COSDESA, when they adopted this liberal constitution, they knew very well that nothing was favoring black people. But black people, don't be disillusioned. On the 26th of July, a movement was formed. This movement was inspired by the July 26 movement of Cuba. We are the children of Fidel Castro. We are the children of Winnie Mandela. No one can break us. The same way USA failed to break Cuba under Fidel's leadership, there is no one in South Africa capable of destroying this 26 July movement. Comrades, we are going to make sure that we follow in the footsteps of the undefeated combatants of Cuba. We must be disciplined like Fidel Castro, even when the bullies come after us like they did with Castro for more than 5 decades. Castro stood firm. Castro was never shaken by the USA. Even when Castro existed under the embargo, the economic embargo of the USA, Castro knew that the mission of the 26 July movement generation was to restore the dignity of Cubans and give them the true freedom. For as long as economic freedom it is not attained, all of us must never be shaken. Every time you get demoralized, every time you are in doubt, have a picture of Fidel Castro in your room, have a picture of Winnie Mandela in your room, look at them and say, they never gave up. Why must I give up? I'm going to fight until the attainment of economic freedom. Comrades, the knives are out. All racists are looking for the EFF. All the corrupt want to destroy the EFF because the EFF is the only party in South Africa that is fighting for a black person. But we humbled the ANC, Papa. The ANC today, it is well behaved. Who thought you will see the ANC in power with less than 60% in parliament? Who thought the ANC will be out of power in Johannesburg, in Tshwane, in Nelstroom, in Tabazimbi, in Mogale City, in PE? We never thought the ANC one day will be at 50% in Gauteng. Why? Because they said they were going to rule until Jesus comes. Now, Ndateral Kolela, Jesus asobui, but Jesus is visiting. He visited briefly in Tshwane and went back, and visited Johannesburg and went back, and visited PE and went back. So now they know that Jesus has got capacity to come back, because they never thought Jesus will come. Jesus came, visited, left to give them a warning that if you do not change, I will come back permanently and you will be out of power. This EFF, they said it will die after Jacob Zuma. It exists because Jacob Zuma is there. Hey, we fought Zuma. UZuma manje uhlele le enkandla. is looking after cattle. Because of this EFF, asidlali laku EFF masithi uPravin uzophuma, you must know uzophuma uPravin uyathanda akathanda. Hey Ramaphosa, kabadengenu Ramaphosa, the EFF has not said as yet that Ramaphosa must go. We have not said that. And I'm not saying that today. But I'm saying to him, listen to the loud whispering. Otherwise, you'll follow your predecessor and look after cattle in Venda. If you are not careful, Ramaphosa, Pravin will go. The same way EFF said Trolip in PE will go, he's gone. The same way we said Malusi Gigaba will go, he's gone. The same way we said Ntantla Nene will go, he's gone. So Pravin Gordhan, let's tell you now, you can come with all white journalists. You can come with all Indian journalists. You can scream and kick. Your door is open. You are avoiding the unavoidable. The powerful have fallen. You are nothing. We're not scared of the cabal. You must ask Zuma. We humbled him. The only way Zuma can speak now, he has to record himself on a cheap cell phone and post that video. No more TV for Baba. Fedid, bodyguards. Jamnandas, I want to warn you, as you are enjoying your curry at home, you must know the EFF has pronounced on you. Comrades, they said Zuma will go, EFF will be irrelevant. They said EFF is obsessed with Zuma. What did Zuma do to these people? This is personal between Zuma and Malema. That nonsense, they are repeating it today. They just replaced it with a name. It's no longer Zuma, it's Pravin. Why are they obsessed with Pravin? This is personal. They are scared of SARS. They are scared of the Hawks. Stop telling us about human beings. We're scared of God. Not even death can threaten us. We are not scared to die. How can we be scared of prison? How can we be scared of SARS? How can we be scared of Pravin? We are not scared of anything. Nothing can scare us. When we see an injustice, we go after it. We don't care whether the injustice is done by Zuma or Ramaphosa or Jamnandas. Black people, South Africans, black South Africans, you must unite. Because these people don't love us. Listen to what Polly van Wyk says of Daily Maverick. She says, Pravin is innocent. This public protector is wrong. This public protector is corrupt. Then the following day, public protector says, Cyril Ramaphosa is like Pravin. Polly van Wyk immediately changes the language. Now, if Cyril has done these things, he must take responsibility. Why? Because Cyril is a black African. They will never see themselves defending a black African. And to think that they are defending you, Cyril, because they love you. No, they are defending you because you allow the white monopoly capital to use you to lull black people. Then don't, and you must know, Ramaphosa, we will fight for you. We don't care. Like during apartheid, a lot of people used to tell our leaders, you are sick, You are mad. How can we have a black president? It will never happen. They were not aware that they are oppressed. Like you, Cyril, you are not aware that you are used by white capital against your own. Why do you listen to white advisors? That's why they told you to establish a trust so that you can be a president. It's a white advice. Come here, let's advise you. We will give you a black advice which will not put you in trouble. You are in trouble because you listen to white people. Your private office in the presidency is white, and the only black people in your private office is coloreds and Indians. You don't like Africans. They've made you to hate your own people so that they can use you. Ramaphosa, come back home. Love black people, trust black people, use black lawyers. You will see all your problems will be resolved. Comrades, the EFF is the only party that has been growing even after Zuma left office. They said when Zuma goes, they will not have any issue to talk about. Look at us now. We are cruising nicely. We are enjoying life. We are going to be enjoying the pubs and the wines here at Kanyamazane Stadium. The enemy is watching. When you dance later, dance like the enemy is watching, so that their hearts can be sore. Peluya baba baloi. In 6 years, we are still here. Barata Barat. We are here for many years to come. Why? Because we are fighting for black people. Children have spoken here before me from the Student Command. Student Command, we congratulate you and wish you well. Go and fight for our children in the universities. We want free education in TUT here in Nelspruit. We want free education in UNISA, in the Mpumalanga University, in all the TVET colleges here in Mpumalanga. Our children must go to school free of charge. They must not even pay registration fee. Registration fee for who and for what? Let the doors of learning be open to all. Comrades, I have a big problem with you South Africans. Your hatred of women, it's a big problem for me. The way you are abusing women, the way you are beating up children, the way children are being raped. Now you are even raping gogos. Now you are even killing gogos. Comrades in the EFF, you must say enough is enough. It stops now here at Kanyamazane. This crime against our beautiful African women must come to an end. Why do you declare war against your women? Why do you declare war against people who have carried this country on their back? We are what we are because these women have carried us. Why the hatred of women? Who said you must kill these women? Who said you must hate these women? Because all we were told and taught to love our mothers and our women. If you are in the EFF and you abuse women, you are a coward. Even when you die, we will not bury you with a flag of the EFF. Anyone that gets killed in the EFF, anyone that dies and has got a history of beating children and beating women, fighters, ground forces, do not go to their funerals. Do not wrap their coffins with the red flag of the EFF. The red flag, it is not for the cowards. The red flag is for the revolutionaries. The red flag is for those who fight for justice and not those who make others suffer. We don't want people who inflict pain on women. It doesn't matter, Chief, whether a woman comes and beat you up with a varam club. Don't retaliate. These people have been oppressed for a very long time. Triple oppression, you don't know what they are going through. Even me, I don't know. Even in my house, I don't know. I just comply. Just comply and follow what these women are saying. They suffered a lot, and therefore we have no responsibility, none whatsoever, to fight back when women are fighting against the pain they've gone through. Comrades, this continent of Africa must be one. I hear you saying, he says, the borders must be open. The borders must be opened. Because borders are opened for white people. When there is a white person from Mozambique who can't even speak English, you welcome them. When there is a brother from Mozambique into Nelspruit, you call them names. Yet you don't call white people names. There is no Mozambique here. There is no Swaziland here. There is no Lesotho here. There is no Botswana here. Zambia or Namibia. There is no Zimbabwe. There is Africa, the continent of our ancestors. We were divided. We were divided by the colonizers. What type of a student activist are you? What type of a ground force are you? You say, I don't want colonialism. We want decolonization. Yet you are supporting colonial borders in Africa. We don't want anything that looks like colonialism. We want to be one thing with our sisters in Tanzania, in Nigeria, in Egypt, in DRC, in Sudan, in South Sudan, everywhere else in Africa. We don't want passport, we don't want visa, we must move free of charge. Mozambique mo, let's can't the passport, they no feta. Why? We are one thing. Yeah? Mosati, yeah. He's taking a lot of women for himself. Bafanas, I'm collapsing the borders. Go and contest him in Swaziland there. The borders must be collapsed. We are one thing. This continent is one. I am a Zimbabwean. I am a Nigerian. I am a Tanzanian, because African brothers everywhere where we are victims of racism and colonialism. They don't care whether you come from Mozambique or South Africa. You are black, they hate you. The best we can do, solidarity amongst Africans. Let us hold each other's hand. Let us protect each other against colonialism. I saw a video of some police harassing a Nigerian in Sandton. I want to say to my Nigerian brothers and sisters, those police do not represent us, and they do not represent the South African police services. Those police, they must be dealt with, they must be disciplined for harassing a person simply because this person is a Nigerian. It must come to an end. Some fool is going to say, but these Nigerians are committing crime. Fine. If Nigerians are committing crime, a lot of them are in Hillbrow. Why are the soldiers not in Hillbrow but in Cape Town among South Africans? There are no soldiers on Nigerians. There are no soldiers on Mozambicans. There are soldiers on South Africans themselves, because crime is committed by us. We are the ones who are selling drugs to our own people. We are the ones who are beating up our own women. We are the ones who are killing each other. And then you hide behind the Nigerians. Stop being cowards. Take responsibility. Stop crime. When Nigerians come here to commit crime and they do not find us as criminals, it will not be conducive for them to do crime where crime is not happening. It starts with you. Stop crime. Stop hiding criminals if you want a peaceful South Africa. Zimbabwe, please find a solution. The economy of Zimbabwe is worrying all of us. Please find a permanent solution. Ramaphosa, we ask you to help our brothers in Zimbabwe. Their problem is our problem. Because when we had problem with apartheid, they received us in their country. They helped us. It is our turn to return the favor. DRC, we can see what they are doing there. They want those beautiful minerals of DRC. They are destabilizing it. They are making you African brothers fight amongst yourselves, including making it difficult for the president to appoint his cabinet. DRC, African leaders, come together. We want a stable DRC. We want a DRC that works. We want a DRC that owns its minerals. We want a DRC that will use the proceeds of those minerals to benefit the people of DRC. Sudan, there is no army that can preside over civilians. We don't have a problem with the intervention of the army. Let it not last for more than a year. We want elections in Sudan. We want civilians to choose a government of their own. South Sudan, don't be threatened by opposition. Embrace opposition. South Africa, ready yourself to go to South Sudan. Let us go and help them to build that new country. Let us help them to stand on their own so that we can be proud that a country was formed during our time and we helped to establish that country and make it stable. Cuba and all those who are threatened by the USA, please do not succumb to imperialism. Do not succumb to colonialism. Venezuela, we are with you. Cuba, we are with you. Russia, continue showing America a middle finger so that you can put it at its rightful place. They must stop thinking they can bully the world forever and ever. It will never happen. We want the world that is characterized by democracy and respect for human rights. Comrades, we are going to make sure that everyone here in South Africa enjoys being South African. Whether you are white, whether you are black, just respect the fact that we want our land. The land must come into the hands of rightful owners. Then in Parliament, the ANC rushed now. We have a motion to establish a committee on the land. There is no problem. You are doing our work. That is an EFF work. We are going to amend the constitution in Parliament and give you the land and give you Kruger National Park. Those animals must change. Those animals must be returned into the hands of the people of Mpumalanga. We want those animals to benefit the people of Mpumalanga. When the tourists come here, the money must be spent amongst the people of Mpumalanga. Why is it called Kruger anyway? Because there's nothing crook abroad here, except to come here briefly and go back to Rustenburg. There is nothing crook here in Mpumalanga here. Here, there is everything Nyamazan. If you want to name an airport, you will rather call it Nyamazan Airport. What Kruka Mpumalanga Airport? You know, ANC is led by fools, man. That airport was called Kruka Mpumalanga Airport after 1994. It was built after 1994 and still given a name of Kruka by these cowards of the ANC. Comrades, we want, has a view, Botlabela, all those beautiful mountains to be returned into the hands of our people. We want you to own tourism in Mpumalanga. It must belong to you. Comrades, there is a beauty contest called Mrs. South Africa. Miss South Africa. Even when people are black, 90% of those who are contesting are black. The makeup artist is white. Events coordinators, white. The lodges they use for those people, white. There is nothing black about Miss South Africa, except that from time to time they will make a black Miss South Africa. We want to tell them now that the coming Miss South Africa contest must procure the services of black people. Otherwise, we are going to attend peacefully and sit on the stage of Miss South Africa. So if they want a proper Miss South Africa, they must make sure that they procure the services of black people. We are tired of these whites who use our name South Africa, yet nothing is reflecting South Africa in what they are doing. Let everything named after us reflect us. If it's not reflecting us, let it be called Miss White South Africa. Then we know it is a thing. It has got nothing to do with us. Comrades, there is a problem here. There is a guy called Johan Rupert who controls South Africa, who controls Ramaphosa, Tito Mboweni, Trevor Manuel, Jamnandas Godan. This guy, Rupert, says if we don't stop our nonsense, he's going to leave. I want to call upon South Africans. Let us speed up the process of accompanying Rupert to the airport, because we don't want Rupert in South Africa. That's what we've been saying about these fellows. They are not South Africans. That's why every moment they get, they say, we will leave. Leave to where? If you're South African. We, South Africans, whether the times are bad or good, we are South Africans. Rupert must never be allowed to infiltrate the EFF. Leaders of the EFF must never have a cozy relationship with white capital. Leaders of the EFF supposed to know who is the enemy of the EFF. You can't be cozy with such people. You can't even share a glass of water with the enemy, because the enemy can never be trusted. All CEOs of the top companies in the Johannesburg Stock Exchange are the enemies of the EFF, except those who are owning few black companies. They have stolen from us. Their wealth is as a result of crime they committed against black people. Rupert. We must never worship Rupert. We must never celebrate Rupert. We must never say Rupert is the highest payer of tax in South Africa. Yes, He is, because he's the biggest criminal that stole from our people. Let him return our wealth. We will pay the tax ourselves. Comrade Colin, I'm told there is a place here of Johan Rupert in Nkomazi, Malalane, owned by Johan Rupert. I'm told he's not paying services there. No water, no electricity, no assessment rate. Yet, municipality there is unable to close him down because they are scared of him, because Rupert is the father of their president and all their leaders. Pay him a visit and ask him, when is he paying the services? Because we are made to pay water and electricity. Rupert is not paying water and electricity. Let us go to every door of a property owned by Rupert and say to them, pay Malalane property services. Because ANC is scared of him, the municipality is scared of him. Let us go there. The leadership of the EFF will announce the date and time and the targeted properties of Rupert, where we are going to visit peacefully and say to him, if you want to futek, stop threatening us here. If you want to leave, leave. Ugly Rupert. Aye. So we must put capital where it belongs. The same as the financial sector. The banks are untouchable. That's why they destroyed Mukweban. Reserve Bank is untouchable. There are no financial companies that are touchable. You can talk Sanlam, Old Mutual, all of them, they are corrupt as hell. Their bosses are engaged in triple conflicts of interest. They are untouchable. Let's go and touch the financial sector. Let us go and say to the financial sector, you are robbing our people. When they've got a mortgage here or bond, you make them pay more than black people. Why? The racism of the financial sector must be fought. Comrades, unemployment is big in South Africa. Cyril Ramaphosa said he's going to give you 2 million jobs. And last week he came back and said, you are going to lose jobs. I'm very happy myself because we are not losing jobs with my vote. My vote went to EFF. Those who voted ANC, you voted for people to lose jobs. You are like Cyril Ramaphosa. You've got yourself to blame. You are going to lose jobs because you did not listen. We must protect jobs. We must go to the mines. We must go to the financial sector. We must go to the Standard Bank and tell them, you can't replace our people. We want more jobs, yet you are retrenching even after you made commitment to protect those jobs. Comrades, we are not protecting Busisiwe Mukweban. We are protecting Chapter 9 institution. The office of the public protector must be protected against the ANC, against Ramaphosa, against Pravin Gordhan. We will do that. We don't care whether the person who occupies the office is our favorite or not. That office must forever be intact. We are going to conference. This is my last point. I've not been speaking for long. I'm finishing now. Oh, I'm fine. Okay. Now, we are going to the National People's Assembly of the EFF. Fighters on the ground, go and revive your membership. A fighter must belong to a branch. If you are a fighter, you don't have a branch, you are useless, you are like Pravin. Pravin does not have a branch. So if you are not like Pravin, you will have a branch. The top 6 of the EFF must have a branch. The CCT of the EFF must have branches. When we say we're going to a conference, their branches must be the first ones to launch and elect delegates to conference. Fighters don't use money to buy votes like in the ANC. In the EFF, talk about leaders robustly, choose your own leaders, do not use money. Once you establish a trust, like Ramaphosa Trust, you are in trouble. Money is not going to work in the EFF. EFF, it's hard work that pays. Talk about leaders, talk about the positions of the EFF. Let's go and build branches. In the next 4 to 5 months, there won't be big events of the EFF. We are now going back to our branches, consolidate the branches so that we can go to a conference and consolidate this vehicle of economic emancipation in our lifetime. Comrades, leaders are hard workers. You must know your leaders. Any leader that is not working hard, any leader that always appears in controversial issues that undermine the image of the EFF is no leader at all. Any leader that is busy but busy over nothing is not leader at all. Leaders must be grounded. Leaders must be humble. Leaders must answer their cell phone. The EFF wrote in its manifesto that councillors must answer phones, but members of parliament do not answer phones. National leaders of the EFF are not accessible. We have started seeing some elitist tendencies amongst leaders of the EFF. They are compromising the character of the EFF, that of being a mass-based organization with leadership that is forever accessible. Leaders today, they only come to a stadium full of people like this. They don't know how these people are or have arrived here in this stadium. You don't want those type of leaders. You don't want leaders who commit the simplest mistakes, who can't get anything right. When we go to the conference, elect leaders that are responsive and they don't get easily excited. Let me tell you, when you are a leader, Chikwamban, how old are you? 13. 30. Now, Chikwamban, whether you are young or old, the day you get elected into a leadership position, you are no longer young. You are an old person because you carry on your shoulders a huge responsibility to lead our masses. But if a leader is going to have a friend with Maserati, Mbuyiseni or Ferrari, and then you come, you drive, you are excited around Ferrari, you must know you are not a leader. A leader that gets excited by celebrities, it means you are going to, in parliament there, you are going to forever run after Rigo Madlingos and Fanatlongwan and Asford because you get easily excitable. Leaders do not get easily excitable. It doesn't matter even if you win lotto, even if you get involved in big deals. Always, leadership must be humbled and not act in excited manner like children. We say you won't know about children because you don't have one. So when you got into a shop full of sweets, children just get excited and run all over. I've seen leaders of the EFF getting excited. Don't be excited. It doesn't need chance takers. It doesn't need people who like nice time niceties. It doesn't need that. It doesn't need people who get shaken easily. It doesn't need people who become amoebas in the process and they become shapeless and do not know what they represent. This revolution doesn't need people who get easily excited when they are told you are very good, you are well qualified, you sound better than all of them. If that excites you, you are not a leader. There are certain things leaders must never take to heart. When we are in the revolution, we are going to step on each other's toes. We don't need crybabies here. We are not running an early childhood development here. We are running a revolution. Hey, who we feel you are? We are now going to gear number 2. The second NPA, we are going to gear number 2. Crybabies are going to be left at Nazareth. The chance takers are going to be left in Nazareth. Those who hijacked this train will be left in Nazareth. We want a revolutionary leaders who are going to lead our people to reclaim the banks, to reclaim the mines, to reclaim the land, and to usher in economic freedom in our lifetime. If you are not ready, join Bishop Ralokhulela atamaisha evangeli le ka tshwarishana tsela la tsamaya le bolela ka lentswe la modimo ba na le tsela e ba bolelang ka yona ko kerekeng le a motho a sa di tsona ba mmoja different lore in Jesus Christ's name. We don't do this. We don't do that here. Now, there in Parliament in Mbuiseni, I heard them calling you ice boy. They say you are an ice boy. You get around sent to go and fetch ice for leaders. You must never be shaken by names. I was called a woodwork. You know why? Because they couldn't politically falter me. They didn't know how are they going to destroy me. Then they opted to street mad politics of labeling people easily. Embrace every name they call you with it. Because they can't falter you politically, they start searching in the dustbin and looking for condoms and looking for champagne. Champagne. Don't waste time. Don't go to the dustbin. That one of Bonang. Where is that champagne of Bonang? Bring it. We are going to sip it. We don't go to it for what? We don't apologize for being who we are. We should never apologize for being who we are. So, fighters, we are your leaders. We are people who get in celebration. So this is the black girl's product. Hey, white people can take pictures. Don't go and look in the dustbin and say, hey, they will drink, tonight we shall indulge in the name of the revolution. So, Barata Abarat, they will call all of you names, they will label you. Why? They can't defeat the mighty EFF. They will never defeat the EFF. The EFF was not formed by Zuma. EFF was not formed by the media. EFF was not formed by the banks. EFF was not formed by black people. EFF was formed by you. Only you can destroy the EFF. Only you can say, let's close the EFF. No one will close the EFF. No one will kill the EFF. This EFF is going to govern South Africa. Amandla! 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 Viva EFF! Viva! Happy birthday EFF! Happy birthday! Happy birthday EFF! Happy birthday! Thank you very much. Open the gates there. We are celebrating now. Open the gates for our people there.